Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, get the tea ready. Let's go, let's go. It's ever since September 10th, yeah, it's like there are so many things I want to cover, but now it's so crazy how what did us black women say that was going to happen if this person was elected? What did black women say? And it's crazy how many bigoted, racist white men from November 2022 until right after the election, they were harassing me, berating me, degrading me, being racist to me, telling me that it was like either I was Jim Crow or I'm an N word or a B word or whatever, and that I was stupid for not being Republican and or I must have cheated in order to finish college. There's so many things I want to cover right now, but it's crazy how they are trying to keep us quiet and how they're trying to steal our freedom of speech to the point where now if you talk about you know who, they want you fired. They are literally trying to look you up to get you fired or to lose a position or whatever. And this is one reason from day one when I started my channel, I said from the rooftop, I am a liberal progressive Democrat. It's like I'm mostly progressive, but there's like little parts of the other two that I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand this. And I have empathy and compassion and things. A lot of like, I've been saying this about MAGA Republicans, conservatives for years, that as a whole, a lot of them don't have that empathy. And from the you know who has stated that makes you weaker. So yeah, just think about that. Just think about that. So I want to cover certain things, but it's like, yeah, and the thing is, I'm starting my own business. So even if they try to shut me down, but even when I sell my products on my websites, in my books, and everywhere, I'm letting them know I am a Democrat. I am a progressive. I am a liberal. So if you buy these, you can't say I'm fake. And that's one reason why I'm doing that, because just kind of what happened with the whole Harry Potter series and like the author and different things like that, after they became rich, then they're like, oh, by the way, it's like, I'm a bigot. In my opinion, she is. In my opinion. And the thing is, she's going to say she's not. And a lot of people will say awful, racist, terrible things, but then they're going to say they're not. And this just happened. This just happened. But there was this one guy on one of the discussions on social media, and he was saying how you know who had some great points and he was right on everything, blah blah blah. So I was like, oh, okay, so what he said about the disabled, what he said about, and I named like especially black women and stuff like that, and he was like, oh, sometimes the truth just hurts. And I'm like, or you're just a bigot. And he was like, I have mixed kids. I was like, yeah, slave owners had mixed kids too. Try again. Having mixed kids, like, look at that one host from Fox News. I believe she even adopted like an African American child. Look at the woman from The Biggest Loser. She adopted like it's like having mixed kids, having black kids does not mean you are not racist. My ex's mom one minute she's saying the only reason I got into college is because I'm black. But then, like the next visit, she's telling me that she wants me to have her grandchild and how the mixed grandchildren are the cutest. Okay, so you want me to have a grandchild for you, but you are going to say and think that they're not smart enough to get into college, or if she gets into college, that's the only reason she got in. It's like, but you want me to have but good thing that your son, your own son, threatened that if I tried to adopt or have kids, he would break up with me. Good thing, blessing in disguise. But okay, so I'm gonna get like this kind of helps me get into the nitty gritty of it all, because they're trying to take our freedom of speech. They're trying to literally choke us to the point where we can't say what we really think. They want they want us to celebrate that racism, because we even have to remember, what did the orange guy say about black jobs? It's like, because even like Black MAGA, it's really funny because they're giving the you know who guy an excuse or reason to have the bigoted statements that he said and made. They're excusing it, but they're not catching up. They're not keeping up with, okay, because okay, how come Democrats are not allowed to have their freedom of speech? They are not allowed to say their opinions of the hate that we get, but then the right keeps saying we're the haters, we're the violent ones, we're et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that one Fox News, another, okay, and see, it's like a lot of the Fox News hosts just keep saying really scary, awful, terrible things, or either bigoted or racist or terrible or scary. Because, like, one of the male hosts, because it was a female host that I believe she adopted one or two black kids, but one of the male ones last week said that, like, because they were talking about the homeless community, the black guy said that they should force them, and if they don't take it, then imprison them and stuff. And then the white guy had the nerve to say, or we should just eliminate them. He didn't lose his job. He didn't lose his job. I'm confused. Like, how did he not lose his job? But then we have people on the left who are saying their opinions of the hatred that we keep getting from the right and from that one specific person. How come we are being punished for now be like, because even with his debates, it's like, and see, this is why it's like I'm going to be going over some of the crap that he did with his debates, because the way his style of debating it, I got, yeah. So it's like, I wish I started my YouTube channel years earlier and things, and I wish I was able to market it the way I want to. But yeah, disability, oh, sucks. But because I would have wanted to debate him. I don't He wouldn't have been ready for me, because one reason why they are trying to stop teaching about African American history, so that our next generations and our current generations, because they hardly taught enough already. And that's one reason why he won, because he was able to go on and pick and choose certain different parts of the history, but the whitewashed versions of the history. So when he said these points, people weren't able to combat because they didn't have enough information. And so, especially with Florida and how they're trying to close it up, and then with, I believe it's Utah or Oklahoma, there's, I guess, a lot of the southern states, but a lot of them are literally trying to ban the books and take away the history to keep our society as naive and ignorant as possible. As naive and ignorant as possible. But then turn around, and a lot of these Republican MAGA people have been saying how they want to bring back strange fruit, and a lot of the boomers are still alive. They're the ones that witnessed it. They were the ones that cheering it on. They might be in some of the postcards. It's like Generation Z. Grandma and grandpa were probably in some of the sit-in pictures. So you might want to look up grandma and grandpa and see what side of the aisle they were on. You might want to see what side of the aisle they were on. When it comes to education, you might want to see if they were the ones pushing and shoving and spitting on and things like that, doing the most disgusting, awful, inhumane things. But we're at a time where, when it comes to freedom of choice and freedom of speech, it's just they're trying to shut us up. They want to punish us, and they're basically kind of saying, you need to allow our racism. We are allowed to be as hateful and awful as we want, but you have to shut up and just take it. That's how it feels. That's how it, like, and the thing is, they're trying their best to blame us. None of us told that like because it's not right, and we and the left we keep saying it's not right. We keep saying we didn't do like none of that was none of our like no we did not we never. And so it's like on I know on my channel I say the facts. I put articles and everything like that. I show the current events of how people treat, especially Black people, people of color, minorities, the disabled, and people with disabilities, and all like seen disability and unseen, and then also the situation with dating apps with the Republican men and how hateful and awful a lot of them are. But then at the same time, how a lot of them are still trying to date Democrat women, or they try to say that I need to shut up and just date them, or I need to shut up and not care what political side the guy I date and marry is going to be, when I'm just like, that's how you end up with divorce. And a lot of men, like, you're not supposed to talk about politics. So, that does not make any sense. So if I don't know your political views, but then we're gonna date and marry, but then that's how fights and arguments happen. But then it's like at some of these Republican men want to outlaw divorce or default divorce or divorce period, but default divorce. A lot of these men are trying to get it to the point where only men vote. Why would I want to date and marry a Republican man that's not going to vote the way that speaks my opinion? Why in the world would I do that? Why in the world? What that doesn't make any sense. But then a lot of these Republican men keep telling me that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm just supposed to be quiet and or allow a man that's attracted to me to I'm supposed to just date him since he wants me, just allow him to have me. I'm not property. But when these men write me, they feel like they can, and that's one reason I post their pictures. And I have so many more screenshots. I have so many more screenshots. And so since they don't want us to quote, you know who, I am going to continue showing. I mean, this with them trying to shut everyone up about that, I'm like, okay, let me just show you what people let me show you what people say that follow him. Let me show you their words. Let me show you what they have to say. Let me show you their bigotry. It's like if you really don't want us to talk about him, you know who, let me show you the results of you know who. Because I have hundreds of screenshots of the result of you know who. And especially the men who tell me I have no right to adopt kids because all I'm going to do is take them to a drag queen reading hour or drag show or whatever. And or men who tell me that they hope that I miscarry. Yeah. Or I'm glad you don't have kids. You better never have kids. And or men who tell me that I need to eliminate myself from the earth. Do you know how many of these MAGA Republican men told me that I should just eliminate myself from the earth? But they don't want me to say this truth. They just want me to allow these men to say this. They're not going to put him down or them down. They're not. They're just going to tell me to deal with it. They're just going to say, oh, that's nothing. Just take it, suck it up. And that's not fair. That's not. But they don't care, and that's the thing. When you know who said don't have empathy, they don't. It's like most of them are bullies, just like him. It's like a lot of them look down on people that are not like him and not like him and his wife with their quote unquote traditional family. But to me, they're quote unquote a bigoted, no good, inhumane, rude, awful, terrible family. It's like, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Because when you keep saying that black women only get their jobs to take away white a white guy's place or whatever. Or it's like he said it in so many different ways and so many different times, which is like, 'cause some people are like, oh, he was joking, he was kidding, he didn't really mean it. He said it so many times. And he had so many like sections on this on his shows. He would literally take footage of different black women and like high up, like lawyer type of position women. And if they misspoke or stumbled on a word, and it's funny, like I thought we were all human. We all make mistakes, and especially if sometimes if we're in front of a large audience, sometimes we might get nervous at the beginning. Sometimes we got to warm up. And it's like in with one of the examples, that's the first thing, like she got up and she stumbled on the first word, or I think it was a couple words in, but right off the bat. And he couldn't wait to just like, ha ha, see, look, she's stupid. And it's just like, she made a mistake. And it's like, you dropped out of college. I mean, you dropped out of community college, but like, you're gonna put down someone who finished her bachelor's in grad school and everything like that just because she stumbled on a word? It's interesting. Even with my ex, it's like people allow him the right to have dropped out of college and just say, oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, it's the school. They blame the school. But then I go to college and I finish. And then I go back and get my master's and finish. Then I go back and get my MBA and finish. But then they blame me and tell me that I only got in each and every time was because I'm black. Instead of congratulating me, they blame me. Instead of giving me credit, they are disgusted with me and tell me that I wasn't supposed to go to school or college, or why did I have to go so many times or get so many degrees because now I'm being selfish. And do you know how many, especially white men, tell me, oh, you just went to school so you can get the fancy paper. That fancy paper is really stupid. Well, education is different than intelligence, and I'm intelligent. It's like something you will never be because you had to depend on books. It's like I depended on life. I've heard that from quite a few white men. Quite a few. And the thing is, it's like one of the guys, he tried to call me a bigot. I'm like, I'm quoting you guys. It's like I see a pattern. Oh, and it's like with a lot of my episodes, oh, I have torn up the black men. And turns out like a lot of these black men, it's like sometimes they lie. They're like, oh, I'm liberal. Oh, yeah, remember, I'm Democrat. Then you find out they're conservative, but they're like a wolf that is, wearing the sheep's clothing, and yeah. And so yeah, when it comes to Black MAGA, yeah, some of them play that. Some of them play that role, like, so be careful. We just all have to be. And so when people try to turn it around and say that I'm being a bigot because I'm pointing out the racist things that the other side has said, I'm just I'm like, okay, let's look up bigotry, let's look up racism, because I I get along with everybody until you show me why I should not respect you. When you put me down or degrade me or tell me that I don't deserve what I've worked so hard on, or you try to make an excuse on why I succeeded and you failed, or you tell me that I'm not supposed to be able to succeed, especially when it came to investing or saving money and things like that. So many men, especially conservative black men. And like, cause yeah, that's why it's like I say, be careful. But it's like like a lot of the white men that I've met, and some of them are kind. That's one reason why I say that's why it's like, and I ask the questions, but a lot of these men, and this is why I say keep asking and keep talking politics, because some of them are gonna lie to you, because a lot of them lied to me, and they're like, yeah, I'm a Democrat, yeah, I'm liberal. Start talking politics over and over and over again. See how long they can stay strong with it, or how long they pretend. That's how I get them. That's how I get on their last nerves. Oh, it's like, yeah, but you're so beautiful. Yeah, we don't need to talk about politics. Why mess up a good thing? It's like, no, like, yeah, just sit down, talk to me. Like, you're just like, let's talk about different stuff. And, oh, it's like, why do you want to bring that up? That doesn't matter. Oh, it's like, oh, don't you just want to be in the kitchen and cook me stuff? Wouldn't that be more pleasurable? Won't that be more relaxing? It's like, yeah, you'd be better just being a mom. It's like, why'd you go to school? You should have just been a mom. Do you know how many of these conservative men, and see, it's like men don't realize I pay close attention. I pay, like, because usually it's only some like liberal guys who it's like they are liberal, but then they were in a conservative house, so some of it still echoes, or some of it still, they're trying to escape from the conservative ways, but it's out of habit. But usually it's like me talking about like my goals and dreams, since I am very much on the left when it comes to what like because basically I feel like women should do whatever they want. If you want to own a business or work in the business route or have a trade or whatever, or if you want to stay at home, if you want to have kids, if you want to adopt kids, if you want to be a single mom, it's like, because yeah, I'm probably going to be adopting and being a single mom. That's going to be, but I, like, as a progressive, I feel like I should have the right to do that. Some people are going to look down on me because they're like, you're not married. How dare you not marry someone? I've lost friends because I'm not married. Yeah. And that's fine with me. But it's funny how I had to block them even on LinkedIn. I had to block them on LinkedIn because they kept coming to look at my profile to see what I was up to. Yeah. And it's funny, a lot of the people who tell me what a woman is not supposed to do, they keep on trying to check up on me. And so then I have to block them. And then I have to block the new persons they're dating, because then the person they're dating keeps trying to come up on my profile or whatever. And it's like, okay, are you this jealous? Are you this upset? Are you this mad that I'm going to live my life and do as I want and choose? And see, it's like that with progressives, that's what we want for everybody. It's like we want you to be able to, whatever goals you want to pursue. It's like if you want to, like, we don't care. Like, if you love, love. Okay? And I believe there's different genders and stuff, because especially I read more than the Bible. I know, oh my God, like, to a lot of Christian people, that's like a horror movie. Oh my gosh, she reads more than just the Bible. She goes to the library. Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of books there and a lot of information and educational things. Oh my. So yeah. And I went to school for more than just a Mrs. degree or MRS. Yeah, I did, and I'm proud of it. But when it comes to gender, I've been doing a lot more research because I want to be more informative. And especially since we're repeating history, and even with the Holocaust, the first people, I mean, I've mentioned this in my earlier episodes and even recently, the first people they targeted was the doctors and medical specialists that were researching like and creating the gender and sexuality library. And so when we look at the trans community, that's one reason I give them verbal hugs, and I include them on many of my episodes even more. And then the disabled community, that's one reason why I try to give you as much information. And before, oh, I need to at least announce a couple times, this month is Deaf Appreciation Month, or at least Deaf Information Month. So just want to do a little shout out to the deaf community. And yes, like, I wish I, like, once I show my face and everything, I at least want to sign a little bit. I know a little ASL. I want to learn a lot more. I keep saying, like, once I publish a couple of my novels and I have more time and everything like that, I want to start watching at least a couple ASL videos a week, like over and over and over again, so I can, have them at the top of my head and learning the grammar and the order of the signs and stuff. So That is a goal of mine. I really want to. But I just know we are repeating parts of history already. And the rich are getting richer. And the rich are trying to quiet us up. Because they don't want us with freedom of speech. Because freedom of speech is how everything falls apart. And with their plans right now, they're like, nope, shut up, be quiet. It's like they're shutting up Stephen Colbert. They're trying to. And he is so strong, and I give him so much credit with everything that he has been able to do and what he is doing, what and the future of what he's going to be capable of doing. And then Colin Kaepernick, they see it's like, and that's why like even with Colin Kaepernick, he was a hint. Like once I saw how the orange guy was treating him with his freedom of speech, and then listening to all of the Republicans tear down any athlete that was Black Lives Matter or against the Republican Party, they were just like, shut up, be quiet, whatever. But then there's that one Republican kicker, he disgusts me. I don't know his name, but he did that one college speech like a year or two ago, talking about his wife as a homemaker and allowed him to do his talent or whatever. Oh, they were like so impressed with him and praising him or whatever. And it's just like, okay, so now like you tell Democrat athletes to shut up or whatever, but then when they're on your side, oh yeah, say as much as you want. We need to hear more from you. Like what? That's not freedom of speech. That's not freedom of speech at all. But I think they've got it confused. They don't have it confused. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they are doing. So at the end of the day, it's just what I is like now I'm thinking of other examples, but I'll save those for a different day. But at the end of the day, we have to keep saying what's on our mind and speaking our truth. We need to make sure that we do not lose our freedom of speech, and we have to keep saying what we need to. It's like now they're trying to threaten and take away our jobs and opportunities and things, and I'm but oh yeah, there is that. I need to look up what that app is, but there is that one app where the Republicans made it so that people can only, like, you can look it up and you can find just the Republican shops. We need one for Democrats so we can have each other's backs and shop from each other and make sure that we are good. Because like they might try, like those business owners, like they might be like, oh, let's one star them and do all of this other stuff. So we need to have each other's backs now. And it's like, and also we need to look at the Republican shops to make sure that we don't shop with them, because a lot of them, they don't want us to speak. They don't want us to say what's on the top of our mind. Some of them enjoy the racism. They say hallelujah on Sunday, and then white or hail dot 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 Monday through Saturday. So we have to be careful. We have to stick together, and we have to do it with our words, not our fists or any weapons or any. We have to do it the right way. We are all upset about what happened because we didn't ask for this. We are not violent people at all. It's like I've been listening to other people's episodes where they show the research. We didn't know. So, but it is what it is right now. We have to keep going. We have to make sure that we do not get quiet. Do not get quiet. And what our biggest voice needs to be voting day. Our biggest voice has to be voting day, because we have to vote now before they take our voting voice away. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.